Okay, so we're going to be starting talking about cursive handwriting. All right. If you take a look up here at the alphabet strips, you'll be able to see that we have the printing on the bottom that you've been working on up until this point, all the way from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And right above it, I have the cursive letters for you to refer to. Okay? You'll notice with these cursive letters that just like your printed letters, they stay within the lines. Okay? And the difference with the cursive letters is they're more flowing. Okay, printed letters, except besides your J or something, tend to have more corners, edges, and things on them. They're quite straight. Cursive letters also have straight lines, but they also have loops. Okay? They connect to each other. Not always, but I've written your names on your books so that you can at least get an idea of what they look like. I used my best handwriting, and I also need to practice some with cursive, so if you notice one of my letters is not formed 100% the right way, or you think it's wrong, come talk to me. Okay, so that I can tell you if, nope, that's how the letter's supposed to be, or, oh, you know what, you're right, I need to work on those D's, or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to be working on this right along with you. So, we are going to get started today, and you'll notice, you'll probably want to take a look through your book, just so you can see how this is set up. But if you've used handwriting books before, you'll, of course, there's the actual letters are in here too, and it tells you what page each is on, all right? And it gives you a comparison, all right? So you've got your cursive letters and your printed letters. Now, I really don't want these to go home with you because I don't want you to lose them. However, if you would like to take it home, or you think you need to take it home for more practice, or something like that, you come talk to me. Okay, you've got to come talk to me. Now, this also tells you how you should correctly do it each step, and it makes sure like you're touching the line, make sure you're starting in the right spot, and each one, just like when you learned how to print your letters, will have steps that you go through. Now, you must go through each of these steps. You can't skip steps, or you're going to end up with writing that I can't read. Okay? If you write and I can't read it, you have to do it again. All right? Which is no fun for anyone. It's no fun for me to try to read it, and it's no fun for you trying to do it again. All right? So we've just got to do the best we can. Now, if I see that you're doing your best, I probably would just have you practice a little bit more. Cursive is something you cannot rush through. Okay? It will allow you to write faster because the letters are connected. It may allow you to write a little faster after you get good at it. But do not try to write this fast before you get good at it. I've seen lots of kids who start to learn cursive and then think they can just zip through their work. Don't do that, please. Please. All right? Because you really got to take the time and do it correctly. Now, this is going to give you some cursive warm-ups, and it'll tell you to start on the star and do 1 row a day. Okay? So before you do your cursive practice, this is very important. This says, I'm going to say it again, you'll see a little star. You start on the star, and then you just do 1 row each day. Don't zip down through all of these today. Then how are you going to do your warm-ups for tomorrow if you've already done everything today? All right, you just do a row. Then, the first letter, this is the first letter that we're going to start with. Okay? And it's the letter C. And this says, hi, I'm the Magic C Bunny. I'll help you start cursive. Okay, and cursive starts with what letter? C. Thank you. And I love how some of you showed me in sign language. Very nice. Okay? So, if this is our letter, right here, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to actually write in this book because this is one of your books, so I don't want to write in it. And I didn't put my lined paper up today, so I have to get that prepared. But when you do a C, you start right here on the top line. Okay? Now, I'm not going to start above the line. I'm not going to start somewhere in the middle. I start right on the top. There's even an arrow here that shows me which direction I should go in. It's really important that you follow these arrows in these directions. Otherwise, you're going to have some pretty silly looking letters. Okay? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean they're going to be hard to understand. And right now, I've talked with some of you about when we write, our muscles and our tendons and our ligaments in our hand and arm, wrist too, it remembers how the letters go. Okay? It remembers how to do that. So I need to make sure that I practice coming right down a line, right down along this line. Okay? I'm just going to come right down. And I would like you to do this without, you can even turn it over and use your eraser. Okay? Do this about 10 times. Okay? For each letter. Just to train your muscles to do that. Okay? Make sure you're holding your pencil correctly. Okay? Like this. I don't want any of this or any weird things like this. Hold your pencil correctly so that it's resting gently. Grab onto it lightly and then follow that about 10 times. Then you come over here. It says Magic C, bump the line. Bump the line. Then this one says travel on the line, slide up and over. So you come around here, and then you do this 10 times. Up and over. So C is kind of like a little bit of a roller coaster or a backward slide. You can even think about it. But I want you to do it 10 times. So just trace it or turn it over and use your pencil so that you can get that practice. You've got to practice that muscle memory with your hand. Okay, before you even actually start it. Now this is going to make 2 C's. So by the time you're finished with this one, you have 2 C's. Okay, and you've done 1. Okay, you come here and then go back. This is a key piece, and hopefully you're all paying close attention, because if you're looking at your feet or something, or your knees, or your headband, or anything else that you might be looking at, you're not going to see this. So watch. Come down around, go up. This isn't the end. I've got to keep my pencil touching. Do not lift your pencil up. You've got to go around, come up, come back. Okay, go around, come up, come back. All right, this is going to take practice because you've got to come back on this very same line. I don't want to see lines that are like up here and then come back down here and all over the place. It takes practice for your muscles to do that job. Okay, so you need to do this one 10 times too. This is before you've even written anything. Okay, so I'm going to walk around and I want to see you going right around like this and down and back on those lines. Okay, then you get to actually start practicing the models. Okay, I want you to trace it with your pencil, and then you just do a little hook one first. Okay, trace it, hook, trace it, hook. And don't rush it. Some of you are going to try to rush this because you think you can get it done more quickly. Don't try to rush it. Okay? And then here you've got to start on the dot and copy the models. This is just like the middle one that you practiced. Then here, it's going to be just like the third one that you practiced. All right? And then you can go ahead and write the lowercase c right next to the capital C's. We are not practicing capital C's today, though. Okay? We're starting with our lowercase letters. So that is starting cursive and the letter C.